Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. So, IOTA pulling back also similar to the other ones. As I mentioned in the other video, you should probably check out most of our videos because even if we don't cover the ones you follow every day, you're still going to learn similar things we're doing in the videos, and a lot of things, since a lot of these trade very similarly. When you get pullback in one, especially Bitcoin, you get pullback in a lot of the majors. So if we mentioned something in a video and we didn't happen to cover yours, let's say we mentioned a Bitcoin video, but you tried IOTA, then you can also update the levels on your charts and do the analysis, and you'll be somewhat similar to what we're doing. So had the bigger pullback to 37.5, and we'll point out that on the daily chart. Got the first cross. We might have a double cross pattern. I mentioned more about that in the IOTA video. In the NEO video and NEM video for today. What we're watching for now is a return to like this 12.5% level, get the cross again back in our direction, a pull back and a catch, and then another rotation back up. We also did, it was an aggressive entries down here. We had a nice divergence pattern with all these tails coming in, and you see price made a slightly lower low, RSI made a higher low. That was a great divergence entry, and that's a very aggressive entry. So again, we're watching to see if we can get back up to 12.5% level, pull back, get a first cross, and then a rotation back up. If we can't hold that and we do sell off again, then we'll be watching for a return to 174, and then eventually, if that doesn't hold, 157.75. Let's check in on that ever important daily chart. So, daily chart pulling back right in the rotation zone, rising 21, dipping down, just hitting these. See, we had resistance, and then hitting also support there just from a price action standpoint. Right, and this is a positive sign. It's back above the 8 EMA now. So we're just going to see if this holds. And again, if we don't hold this rotation zone and sell back through, we have the rising 50-period exponential moving average right at the 50%. Or just below, but it's going to come in contact with this 50% pullback level, which is why we're watching that. Now, if we go up and push to make new highs, we have the 233 level, 240 to 242, then 257. Those are the next key levels higher. This 257 is up by this major swing, and this big cluster is right around some key support areas, so don't ignore these levels, especially for taking partial profits if you bought in this dip or raising your trailing stop. Switching over to Litecoin also getting the bigger pullback, pulling back all the way to the 50% level, so this had an even bigger pullback, weaker, and we'll see where it pulled back to on the daily in a second. We also did get some divergences down here. See, this spike low was lower than these lows, and we had a higher RSI. So again, if you're a divergence trader, that is an aggressive entry. The more conservative entry would be like a return to this 12.5% or the 25% level, and then a pullback waiting for this rotation zone to cross, and then the rotation zone on the daily and the 4-hour will be in your favor, and then you can pick some up there. So the next level we'll be watching for the upside is 154, then 160, then a return to the 166. If we do go lower, critical support at 142, and if we broke below that, we'll have to switch over to the daily chart and check that out. So let's do it now. So you can see this came in right at the bottom of the rotation zone and that 50% level. If we did break below that, it's going to be some minor support right around 136. You see there's some resistance there. So that's going to be your next major gain level with some price action resistance. And if that didn't hold, we'd be watching for about 132 to 130. We're back above the 8 now. That is a good sign, but this is acting weaker than the other ones. And you see the major divergence pattern here. So higher high, much higher high in price, lower high in the RSI. So that's where you start watching for the potential of a bigger sell-off. Now, if we get through back to the highs and through it, then we're watching for 169, 172 to 173, then 180. This 172 to 173, if you come over here, you see all these tails. That's going to be some major selling from before. Definitely move up your stops or take some profits somewhere near that level. That's what we have for you on IOTA and Litecoin, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.